I think Floyd at his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter.
I'm Floyd Mayweather. With all the tools that Terence Crawford has, I will pick Terence Crawford to beat a prime Mayweather.
Comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman explains why a fight between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather would be so exciting. He says Crawford is the best fighter in the world right now and fully understands how great Mayweather was in his prime. Kellerman highlights that Floyd was almost impossible to beat because of his elite defense and razor-sharp timing. Crawford, on the other hand, dominates today with versatility, switching stances, adjusting strategies, and applying pressure in ways few fighters can handle. Kellerman calls the fantasy matchup a clash of eras. Mayweather's legendary defense versus Crawford's dynamic modern-day offense. A battle that would test two of the smartest fighters the sport has ever seen.
Was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter, but in those kind of matchups, I think defense usually beats the offense.
I don't. Because Terence Crawford got more to bring. He got more to bring to the table.
He's a great
Floyd
fighter.
Mayweather got the little shoulder roll. I get it. Controls distance. But Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the
Shane hurt
Judah
him.
fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
Sean Porter discusses the comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, noting that their similarities often overshadow what each man accomplished on his own. He explains that when people are asked who would win, most immediately choose Mayweather because of his undefeated record and legendary aura. But Porter stresses that this automatic answer doesn't give Crawford the credit he deserves. He says Mayweather set the original standard for dominance, the true OG, yet Crawford has built his own incredible legacy. Porter reminds fans that these two come from different eras, faced different challenges, and both were exceptional in their respective times.
Comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's
a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that
The
shit
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody
though.
else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got to pioneer, right? Yeah, you got to.
There's an OG you can't outfigure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't outfigure.
Crawford spoke about the non-stop comparisons with a calm but powerful attitude. He openly says that Floyd Mayweather was the best of his era and that he ruled the sport while creating a legacy that still stands strong. At the same time, Crawford believes that this era belongs to him and that he is pushing the fighters of today to reach levels they have never touched before. He explains that true greatness is not about fantasy matchups, but about respecting the champion of each era for what they achieved. This balanced and mature view is a big reason why fans admire Crawford not only for his skills in the ring, but also for his smart and fair approach to the sport.
Going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Crawford has openly stated that he has no desire to face Floyd Mayweather. Fans might enjoy imagining a showdown between them, but Crawford is not interested in chasing Floyd or trying to beat him. He wants to finish his journey on his own terms. This shows how mature he has become because he is not trying to build his legacy by defeating a legend who is already retired. Instead, Crawford is fully focused on creating his own place in history and closing his career with honor after completing the goals he set for himself.
Have you thought about going for 51-0, beating Mayweather's record, with 50-0? Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
Crawford respects the opinion of Canelo Alvarez because Canelo has shared the ring with both Mayweather and Crawford. He agrees that Canelo is simply being honest when he says Crawford is the better fighter today. At the same time, Crawford stays thankful and acknowledges that Mayweather was the greatest of his own era and that now it is Crawford's time to be seen as the top boxer of this generation. This balance between Canelo's view and Crawford's humility shows that outside opinions do matter, but the respect shared between champions from different eras is just as important when people judge true greatness.
You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't go off of that. You know, Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
One thing that I thought was really interesting about the fight, I always love watching you switch stances as effortlessly as you do. You didn't do that a lot in this fight. You didn't have to. Were you expecting not to have to?
No, I felt like I could have, but you know, why do something when something else is working?
Crawford once again shows his admiration for Mayweather by calling him a great and explaining that comparisons are not needed. He admits that Mayweather's dominance is already written into boxing history. Crawford, on the other hand, chooses to stay away from any direct rivalry and wants to build a legacy that stands on its own. By speaking in this way, he not only avoids pointless debates, but also shows the true depth of the sport by reminding everyone that greatness can appear in many different forms and not just one single standard.
4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope. Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but
right.
When Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
I beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
Chris Al-Jari also shared his view and pointed out how hard it is to compare Mayweather and Crawford. He explains that debates about who is the best usually go in circles because the opponents, the eras, and the circumstances are all different. Al-Jari believes that fans should not try to pick one winner, but should appreciate that both fighters are outstanding in their own ways. His perspective shows that ranking one above the other often stops people from seeing the true brilliance both men brought to the sport.
And no, the discussion about, because Canelo was asked this question, who's better, Floyd or Crawford, and he immediately went to Crawford. Now, is that recency bias? Is that him protecting his own performance? Is that a veiled shot at Floyd? Probably all of the above. Is it really true? I don't know. And I think Crawford had a great answer. He goes, well, we're different eras. Floyd was, the best of his era. I'm the best of mine, which is a very diplomatic way to go about it. But listen, comparing the two, is going to be an endless barbershop conversation that's going to go back and forth over literally the annals of time. I don't think we're ever going to be able to have a distinct argument where you're going to say, this is it. I actually want to do a video where I argue both sides with the same veracity and veracity, because it's that, because there is that much, there is that much about it, and you can, which is an awesome thing, because, you know, this is going to be the barbershop, like, yeah, well, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis. Well, he knocked out Joe Louis. Yeah, but he's 170. Like, we're gonna. That's the kind of
127 years old.
In real time, with guys that we've all seen, literally overlapping errors. So those discussions will always be there. It's great fodder. It's great barbershop debate. In the debate, it's debate. Yeah, it's going to be subjective.
I agree.
I think objectively, I don't think there's a way to really separate.
Yeah, I agree. And I prefer, as I was thinking about it, like, wow, I can't believe I've watched the Floyd era, the Crawford era, the Usyk era. It's like, I've gotten to see some really great fighters, you know what I'm saying? Like, and in the 90s, when boxing was, everybody was going head to head, there wasn't a guy that stood out like Floyd, Crawford, and Usyk, where it was super.
Robert Garcia praised Crawford's performance against Canelo Alvarez and said it was exactly what he expected. He highlighted Crawford's strength, skill, and composure in the ring and pointed out that his preparation and talent played a major role in the victory. Canelo's loss to Crawford showed that Crawford can beat the biggest names, and it strengthened his place among the all-time greats. Garcia's praise supports Crawford's standing in the sport and shows that experienced trainers and analysts fully respect what he has achieved.
A really good chance. Of course. Did you see on Saturday night exactly why you gave him that chance?
I think so. You know, he's very talented. He's a very disciplined fighter also. He's healthy. And, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, he hasn't fought, or he didn't look too good against Madrimov at 154. How can he look good? He's a talented fighter. And that challenge for him pushed him even harder to train harder and to be better. That challenge, you know, went up against Canelo, moving up 2 divisions, hearing that people are saying, oh, he didn't look too good against Madrimov, so how could he look good at 68? Well, that motivated more, man. He trained hard. He did what he had to do. You know, like I always said, you know, I wasn't going to put money on it because it's also very dangerous, right? Canelo's a beast, strong. So I never really, you know, I wasn't going to put money on it, but I did give him a chance. He's got talent, man. He's got skills, and what he did was unbelievable, man. You know, we were there was another show that we do with Boxing Scene, and we had it right before the fight, at 4 o'clock, before the main card started. And they asked me, what's your final prediction? I said, you know what? I'm gonna say it, Crawford by decision. You know, because I talked to Bomac on Thursday night, and they're in Vegas, and he seemed very positive, motivated. So that kind of gave me a little extra. You know what? My final prediction is Crawford by decision, and he pulled it off.
Teddy Atlas spoke in detail about Crawford's win and praised his calm approach and his ability to notice things in the ring that others do not see. He pointed to Crawford's sharp and accurate jab as proof of his strategic skill. Atlas also compared Canelo's fights and noted that the Mexican star was younger and less experienced against Mayweather, while more seasoned when he faced Crawford, yet he was still outperformed. He mentioned age as well and explained that Floyd was 40 when he fought Canelo, while Crawford was almost 38 when he defeated him. Overall, Atlas focused on Crawford's achievements and highlighted what makes them truly special.
But he's not digital. There's only a few guys that are digital. What do I mean by that? He's not Crawford. What do I mean by that? Where does it separate? Instincts, eyes, calmness, the mind wonders. I know the body wondered. I saw the combinations. Canelo's throwing one at a time, and Crawford's hitting him with 3, 4, 5 shots. He put them together. He's controlling the range. Yes, he had the reach advantage. Yes, he used it. He used the jab. He controlled the reach. But it's more than that. It's the mind at work. He's more advanced. He sees things. He's calm in an uncommon environment, calmer than most. So calm he'll see things others don't see. Just a millisecond. I was explaining this to Stephen A. the day before. Just a millisecond before someone else sees it, he sees it. And he's got the mental control, the confidence, the supreme confidence Customado talked about. He said he only saw 2 fighters with that. Teddy Atlas, I only saw 2 fighters with supreme confidence. Sugar Ray Robinson, greatest fighter of all time, and Muhammad Ali. Where they don't believe you can beat him. That's Crawford. All of that together, mixed together, makes a perfect cocktail of supremeness, of greatness, of another level, of digital. And that's what he sees things, he reacts to, he sees a twitch.
Canelo Alvarez has faced both Mayweather and Crawford, and he publicly stated that Crawford is the better fighter. This is an important remark. Canelo's recognition of Crawford's skill and superiority adds even more strength to Crawford's reputation. Unlike opinions based only on speculation, Canelo's words come from direct experience, which makes his view one of the strongest points in Crawford's favor. It supports the idea that with his current form and achievements, Crawford stands among the top fighters in the world today.
He's way better than Floyd Mayweather. We already know, we knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go. And you need to accept it. That's it. He's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He know how to move. And
after Crawford's major victory over Canelo, comparisons to Mayweather intensified. Many people now agree that it is difficult to say who is truly better. Crawford remains unbeaten across multiple weight classes, winning titles in different divisions, which is something Mayweather never accomplished. Floyd still holds an undefeated record, but Crawford stands out for rising through the ranks and inspiring fans with his achievements. Placing Crawford on the same level as Mayweather, or even higher in some opinions, solidifies his status as a legendary boxer.
Last night's match between Crawford and Canelo, I am not gonna lie, that boy Crawford up there with Floyd. The way he went toe-to-toe with a heavy hitter like Canelo is actually crazy, bro. And this is probably one of Crawford's best fights. Like, he was super sharp. Like, dude was super sharp, super clean, and he stayed in that pocket. People talking about that Crawford was running. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't look like he was running at me. It looked like he was taking them hits on the chin. I mean, for God's sakes, bro. He got stung in the head, took himself to the hospital. Like, dude, real life like that. And I know that, Floyd, he real life, he a good boxer. Floyd is actually one of my favorite boxers. But Crawford is now becoming one of my favorite boxers because he's very, skillful. The technicality of him and just the decisions he makes in that ring, bro, to get up on the scoreboard is crazy. And he's not like one of them fighters like how Shakur, he boxes for points. And that's cool. That's the way boxing's supposed to go, I guess. But Terence, you can get that from him, but you can also get that aggressiveness when he in that pocket and he throwing a couple hooks and trying to take you out. But I will say, Canelo even said it. He said, bro, he thinks that Crawford is way better than Floyd. And they asked him, like, why would you, think that? He just said everything he does is different. I can't understand the style of boxing he had. And he was saying that he's good in everything when it comes to the ring. And I'm not gonna lie, Canelo is not lying. Like, Crawford is like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. To stand toe-to-toe with Canelo, that actually is crazy because everybody knows he's a heavy hitter. Like, he's a knockout artist. But yeah, he definitely deserves it, bro. That boy Crawford 42-0. And I don't know why he's even thinking about retiring, but you got to pass up Floyd. I'm not gonna lie, you need to get some more semis under your belt because if you pass up Floyd, that's when the rumblings are going to really be like, oh yeah, he's the best. I don't think he's going to retire. I think that he still go, fight it out.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.